All right, the third and final game on Thursday this week, UTEP and Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky 19.5-point home favorites, 58.5 the total. This total's gone up too, and if you watch UTEP's defense last week, you can understand why. That's the performance of the UTEP Miners last week. 41-21 beatdown at the hands of, albeit a much improved Sam Houston State team. But that was the scheduling spot of a lifetime gift wrap for you, with UTEP having the advantage against Sam Houston. Sam Houston's coming off that huge comeback against Texas State, short week, traveling on the road. UTEP's off a bye, extra time to prepare, and that's the turd that UTEP rolled out there for the national audience on television to see on CBS Sports Network last week. Dreadful. Yeah, Cade McConnell started moving the offense, when the game was already well in hand, when the game was there to be, when that game was still up for grabs in the first half. The guy was dog shit in the first half, Cade McConnell. He was terrible. Yeah, he scored a bunch of garbage points in the second half, but I'm telling you what, he was not good at all when the game was still up for grabs and it mattered in the first half. He was not good. He ended up finishing still with not great numbers overall, 15 of 28, 204 through the air. Scotty Walden is just stuck. He doesn't have a good quarterback on his roster right now. It's becoming clear because the person that was in there before struggled, Locklear, and then he goes to Cade McConnell, and Cade McConnell wasn't any good last year, not consistent, because he was with this program last year when Dana Dimmel was still the head coach. They've just got all kinds of issues on offense. And Western Kentucky, look, if they're giving up 41 to Sam Houston off a bye week with extra time to prepare, what could Western Kentucky do on offense against them? And I know Western's coming off the 21-20 loss against BC, but they've been a good point spread team, 4-1 against the spread. They've also made a quarterback change. They started the year, Western Kentucky, at quarterback with a different starter, and they changed to Caden Veldkamp. Remember, they started with TJ Finley, the guy that transferred over from Texas State, and he obviously wasn't playing well enough in the eyes of Helton, the head coach, and he made the switch to Caden Veldkamp, and Veldkamp's been the starter the last couple. Remember, Veldkamp is the guy as well, C-Mac. He entered that bowl game. He played in the bowl game last year when they had that epic comeback. Remember, they ruled out Austin Reed, and everyone was betting against Western Kentucky in that bowl game, and Western Kentucky had the huge comeback. Caden Veldkamp was the quarterback that engineered that comeback.
Yeah, and he's won this job.
Yeah.
I mean,
he has.
Since he's come in.
Bottom line is, look, if you tap off a bye week, okay, this with extra time to prepare, gave up 41 on defense. What's to stop Western Kentucky from rolling it up offensively against them at this point? So I understand why Western's taking money. It's hard to back UTEP right now. It just really, truly is. And, if Western Kentucky can hit the 40s, the one thing I'll say, Western Kentucky can be at times susceptible on defense. Maybe McConnell and UTEP can hit 20, because that's what happened for me last week. I had Sam Houston and UTEP over 50, and they got to 62 points in that game, and it's because we got enough from the opponent, or we got enough from UTEP offensively to go over to get that game over the total. So I think maybe something like that could happen again, something like 40 to 24, 41 to 24, something like that. And this game, or 41-20, if Western Kentucky covers, that could be a final score, and it goes over this 57. Well, it was 57. It's 58.5. So it's been moving, this total, and hard to disagree with the way UTEP defensively looked last week. C-Mac, what do you think here? UTEP, Western Kentucky.
We'll see. That was the first time all year that game got, for UTEP got over, because like the defense is bad, but it's been dreadful. Like even we mentioned Liberty early 28, Colorado State's who's down this year 27. And on the flip side, UTEP can't score. Like if they get to the 20 in there, I think you're right. But I don't know if that can happen. Even this Western Kentucky team has been pretty good. We know their defense always isn't the tops, usually year in and year out. But the quarterback change was good. Last week, Veldkamp, he had 2 picks, but they were right in that game.
That was BC on the road, though, so I'll forgive him for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, they covered that. This was big. Like I was hoping this was not almost year 20. Like, you know what I mean? But UTEP's been that bad. I thought it'd be more like 14. but they've just been that dreadful, and you can't back them. So it's tough for me to lay this many now with Western Kentucky. Maybe their team total just gets there in the end. They could seem like they could do what they want. And UTEP, that's just, they can't stop the run game. They just can't stop it. Like, so Western Kentucky, maybe this week hand it off a little bit more, because UTEP against the pass, not horrible. I think they gave up a little less than 200. So, yeah, tough one. Maybe look Western Kentucky team total. I think that'd be maybe the safest in this game.
Great question from Slippery Rock. With this new hurricane, Milton approaching, any of these games in jeopardy of bad weather? So Milton apparently is heading to Tampa Bay area, and it's supposed to be late Wednesday and into Thursday. So to me, I think the majority of the bad weather, the worst of it with this hurricane, is going to be gone by Saturday when these games take place. So I think the Saturday games will be fine. The game that you may have to worry about being postponed or canceled is Memphis, South Florida on Friday night, because where is South Florida? Oh, yeah, Tampa. They play in the same stadium, Raymond James Stadium, as the Buccaneers of the NFL. So that's the game that's in jeopardy, Slippery Rock, in my opinion. Memphis, USF, Friday night.
And kind of what happens with these hurricanes once they hit, like the last one lingered long and went through the Carolinas, and like, where does this veer off and maybe go? That like, so, I mean, it looks like it's heading kind of the same as the last one. So
Carolina,
check
Tennessee
it. Be on
area.
Hurricane Watch. Yeah,
check it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's too early, because the thing is, it's hard to pinpoint on a Monday where it's going to go. The exact trajectory, it can change with all these weather patterns and low pressure systems, and in this case, hurricanes. So from that standpoint, it's definitely, we'll know more later in the week. But as of right now, I would say Memphis, South Florida is the game on the schedule that could be affected by a Hurricane Milton. And